By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to handle stepmom burnout. You'll have real, simple tools to feel seen and find peace. Picture this scene. It's Tuesday evening. You just got home from a long day at work. You walked in the door and immediately started a second shift. You helped with homework that wasn't yours. You made a dinner that someone complained about. You mediated a small argument between siblings. And now, as you stand in the quiet of the kitchen, you just feel empty. You feel completely and utterly drained. It's a feeling so many of us know all too well. This feeling has a name. It's burnout. And for stepmoms, it often comes from something we can't even see. It's called invisible labor. It's all the work you do that goes completely unnoticed. It's the thinking, the planning, the worrying, the organizing. It's the emotional heavy lifting that keeps the entire family running smoothly. No one hands you a paycheck for it. No one even says thank you for it most of the time. But if you stopped doing it, everything would fall apart. And that quiet, constant pressure is what leads to this deep, bone-weary exhaustion. You might look around and wonder why you're the only one feeling this way. Your partner seems to be handling things just fine. The kids are just being kids. So you start to think, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I'm just not a good enough person or stepmom or partner. I am here to tell you to stop that thought right in its tracks. It is not you. It is the role. It's the impossible expectation to be a full-time, all-in parent without any of the authority or biological connection. It's a setup that can make even the strongest person feel like they are failing. The truth is, this feeling of being overwhelmed is a signal. It's your heart and your mind and your body telling you that something has to change. It's a blinking red light on the dashboard of your life. Ignoring it won't make it go away. Pushing through it, telling yourself to just be stronger, will only make it worse. We have to learn to see this invisible labor for what it is. We have to acknowledge its weight. And then we have to learn how to gently, lovingly, and firmly put some of that weight down. That's what we're going to figure out together. Let's talk about these feelings. The exhaustion that feels like it's seeped into your bones. The resentment that bubbles up when you least expect it. The feeling of being completely invisible in your own home. Do you ever feel like you're a ghost, just floating through the house, cleaning up messes, managing schedules, but no one really sees you? Like your own needs and wants and dreams have just vanished? If you are nodding your head right now, please know this. You are not alone in this. Your feelings are not just real. They are incredibly common for stepmoms. These emotions are valid. Say that with me. My feelings are valid. You are not being dramatic. You are not being selfish. You are having a completely normal human reaction to being in a very difficult and demanding situation. So what is this invisible labor we're talking about? It sounds so mysterious, but it's actually all the stuff you do every single day without even thinking about it. It's the mental load. It's being the family's project manager. It's being the social secretary. It's being the emotional support hotline. Let's get really specific. It's knowing that the school needs permission slips signed by Wednesday. Noticing your stepson's favorite jeans have a hole in the knee. Needing to buy a new pair before picture day. Knowing he only likes the soft kind of jeans, not the stiff ones. Keeping a running list in your head of what's in the refrigerator. Keeping the running list of what you need to buy at the grocery store. Planning meals. 2 picky eaters. 1 adult trying a new diet. Coordinating who needs to be dropped off at soccer practice. Coordinating who needs to be picked up from their friend's house at the exact same time. Scheduling dentist appointments. Scheduling doctor checkups. Scheduling parent-teacher conferences. Remembering all the birthdays of your partner's extended family. Making sure a card gets in the mail on time. It's so important to understand why this happens. It's not because you're a doormat or because you don't know how to say no. This pattern is often baked into the very structure of being a stepmom. One of the biggest reasons is that the role is just so unclear. Are you a parent, a friend, a helper, an authority figure? No one gives you a handbook when you fall in love with someone who has kids. You are left to figure it out on your own. Many of us are natural nurturers and people pleasers. Our first instinct is to jump in and do everything we can to help. We want to prove our love and our worth. This desire to be helpful often comes from a really good place. You love your partner, you want to make their life easier. You see they are stressed and overwhelmed with parenting. You want to take some of that burden off their shoulders. So you start small. Pick the kids up from school. Make their lunches. Organize their closets. But over time, these small acts of service become expectations. Before you know it, you've become the default parent for logistical tasks, for emotional tasks, and it feels impossible to step back. There's also a big societal expectation at play here. Doing all of this invisible work isn't just tiring, it's genuinely harmful. It takes a serious toll on your mental and emotional health. When you are constantly in a state of high alert, managing everyone else's needs and schedules, your own system gets overloaded. This is what we call caregiver fatigue. You might start to feel anxious all the time. You might have trouble sleeping because your brain just won't shut off. You might find yourself feeling irritable and snapping at the people you love. It's like your emotional battery is completely drained and there's nothing left to give. This overload doesn't just affect you, it ripples out and affects your marriage. When you first got together with your partner, you were partners. You were equals. But now, you might feel more like their personal assistant or the household manager. The romance and connection can get buried under a mountain of resentment. You start to feel like, why am I the only one who knows where the spare light bulbs are? Why do I have to remind a grown adult to make a dentist appointment? This isn't the partnership you signed up for, and that distance can be incredibly lonely and damaging to your relationship. The sad irony is that by trying to do everything to make the family happy, you can actually make things worse. When you overfunction, you can unintentionally disempower your partner. If you are always the one to swoop in and solve every problem, your partner never has to step up and take full responsibility for their own parental duties. Now, this might sound completely backward, but I want you to really hear me on this. The path to peace, the secret to a happier family life, often begins with doing less. I know. Every instinct in your body is probably screaming, but if I do less, everything will fall apart. I get it. We have been conditioned to believe that our worth is tied to our productivity, to how much we can handle. We wear busy like a badge of honor. But in a blended family, that mindset is a trap. It will lead you straight to burnout, every single time. Let's talk about this idea of overfunctioning. It's when you take on more responsibility than is rightfully yours. You do things for others that they could and should be doing for themselves. Maybe it's constantly reminding your partner about their own child's schedule. When you overfunction, you are essentially robbing others of the opportunity to be responsible. You are also sending a message to yourself that your own time, energy, and needs are not as important as everyone else's. Embracing the martyr role feels noble for a little while. You think, look at how much I'm sacrificing for this family. Look how much I love them. But martyrdom is a lonely and bitter road. It is built on the shaky foundation of resentment. Because when you give and give and give, a part of you is secretly keeping score. Okay, so how do we actually do less? It feels scary, but we can start with small practical steps. First, I want you to do a little exercise. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. For 1 week, write down every single thing you do for the household and the children. I mean everything. Reminded Timmy to brush his teeth. Researched summer camps, bought a gift for a birthday party. This isn't to make you feel overwhelmed. It's to make the invisible visible. Make the invisible visible. See it in black and white. Once you have your list, sit down with your partner. Keep it calm and non-accusatory. Use I statements. I've been feeling really overwhelmed lately, and I made this list to understand why. I need your help. I can't keep being the manager of all of this. Look at the list together. Which items are parental responsibilities? Scheduling doctor's appointments, communicating with the other parent, handling school issues. Those should be handed back to the biological parent. Your role, supportive partner, not primary parent. Next, time. Schedule time for yourself like a dentist appointment. Put it in the calendar. Tuesday, 7-8 p.m., reading a book. Saturday, 10-11 a.m., walk alone. If you don't claim it, it will be swallowed up by everyone else's needs. Having the right words can make all the difference. Setting boundaries is not about building walls. It's about creating a gate and deciding who and what you let in. You need short scripts that you can use in the moment. You need clear scripts that you can use in the moment. You need kind scripts that you can use in the moment. You need firm scripts that you can use in the moment. Practice them in front of a mirror so they feel natural coming out of your mouth. These little sentences are your new best friends. They will protect your energy and help you lovingly retrain your family on how to interact with you. It's about teaching people how you want to be treated. Here is your first script for your partner. Instead of just sighing and handling it, try saying this. That sounds like something you should handle with them. You know what? That's a great question for your dad, mom. Let's go ask them together. It communicates, I support you, but I am not in charge of this. It's not mean. It's just clear. When they try to put you in the middle or say, but mom lets me do it, you need a calm, neutral response. I see. Well, in this house, the rule is, respond with calm agreement. You're right. I'm not your mom. I'm your stepmom, and I care about you. And your dad and I have decided this is the rule for our house. Thank you for your concern, but we have it handled. We're figuring out what works for our family. When you're deep in stepmom burnout, it's so easy to lose yourself completely. You forget what you like to do. You forget what music you like to listen to. You forget who you were before you were stepmom. Reclaiming your identity is not a luxury. It's a necessity for your long-term happiness. It doesn't have to be grand or time-consuming. It starts with small, daily habits, tiny little moments that are just for you. Think about what you loved to do before this chapter began. Did you love to paint? To hike? To read a trashy novel in the bathtub? Let's start there. I want you to commit to just 10 minutes a day. That's it. 10 minutes to do something that has absolutely nothing to do with your family. Maybe you sit in your car when you get home from work and listen to one favorite song all the way through without interruption. Maybe you wake up 10 minutes before everyone else and just sip your coffee in complete silence. This is about creating what I call a micro boundary. It's a tiny sliver of time that belongs only to you. These small acts of reclaiming your time will start to fill your cup back up, drop by drop. Another powerful exercise is to practice saying no. Just no. Not, no, I'm sorry, I can't, because just a simple, clear, no, I can't do that. Can you help me with my science project right now? No, I can't right now, but I'll be free in 30 minutes. Can we go to the park? Not today. You don't always owe everyone a long explanation. So, yeah, go reclaim yourself, slowly but surely. If this helped, comment, share, and subscribe so we can keep you updated regularly.